Hi, I want to talk about the Open Security Summit that starts next week, which is the first one that we're doing in 2022. So it goes from the 10th to 14th of January. I'm just going to give a very quick overview of the sessions that we're going to have. So as you can see, we have a very action-packed schedule with really kind of amazing sessions that are really all about sharing knowledge and sharing, the presenters have some great ideas and they really want everybody to contribute and to collaborate. So we started on Monday at 2 p.m. where, Dreja is going to talk about the Shodan OS intelligence, basically where how to actually automate mass exploitation of vulnerabilities. So if you know, Shodan is one of those databases that have a lot of Internet of Things exposed, but all sorts of other things. And here is going to be a session where you're going to really see, on the attacker side, the kind of dangerous things that can happen and how some of the vulnerabilities can then be massively exploited, which kind of follows nicely into another IoT session where, we start to look about, and Nicholas is going to present about the pervasive vulnerabilities and the threat landscape and end users. So how everything then fits together in terms of the landscape that created by the Internet of Things. And I'm going to finish the day at 6 p.m. where I'm going to talk about a follow-up of a lot of the things that has happened before we presented, where we can talk about the Jira schemas, workflows that I've implemented over the years for kind of AppSec and risk management. So if you've been following some of the Jira stuff that I've been presenting and really want to see how Jira scales, that's a really good session for you. Then Christian is going to, basically from Elastic's, is going to continue talking about a lot of the experience they have on building Kubernetes and how to actually scale, the deployments, and they've done a lot of stuff on compliant Kubernetes. So this is going to be a follow-up on that one. And then Thomas at 3 p.m. on Tuesday talks about privacy as code. And this is super important because we really need to scale a lot of our privacy activities. We really want to scale how we actually operate. And, the more we can basically codify these practices, the more we can capture it. That's really how we can scale. And then on following again on the idea of testing, Timo is going to basically talk about at 4 p.m. About abuse tests for developers, which is a project he's been working on, which is also quite super powerful because that's, again, if you have abuse cases, you can bake them into your actually development pipelines. And then, we end the day with Brooke talking about software testing and software security and threat modeling, which is, another great way to actually capture, security practices and security activities. So again, that is a hell of a session. On Wednesday at 2 p.m., we start into predicting the rise and fall of an open source project, which is quite an interesting concept. Quite looking forward to seeing, where that one goes. And, given the fact that we depend a lot of open source projects, that is actually something you need to start keeping an eye on that one. At 3 p.m., we have, Lewis coming back to talking about the perfect, how to cook, great analysis that he has in there on how to cook the perfect Docker container for React app. So if, for everybody that has a React application, it's actually not trivial to create a Docker container that's actually quite nicely and secure. So this is a follow-up of that session. And at 4 p.m., we have, Ben and Jaren talking about, a new project or projects being going on about OWASP Bronze Secrets. So what they want to do with it, how to go. And, it's all about, again, helping to understand, how you manage secrets management. And then I'm coming back at 6 p.m. to talk about, a project's been going for quite a while, where is the OWASP security bot, where it has a huge amount of automation, huge amount of capabilities that I kind of want to walk you guys through it. On the Thursday at 2 p.m., we start with Fundamentals of Cloud Security Threat Identification AWS Services by Rakesh. And that's, if you're doing security in a cloud, that is all, key things that you need to really be mapping out. And it's very easy to make big mistakes. So this is quite a critical session. And going back to the OWASP theme, Luis comes back to talk about ASVS through Lior. So, ASVS, it's a spectacular framework, but it's hard to scale. It's hard sometimes to implement it, and you really need to customize it. And Luis really talking about it. And then Brooke, comes back, talk about technical leadership and influence, which I actually think is a super critical topic because security is all about driving the business with you and driving transformation. So you need to actually influence and lead the teams. On Friday, we have Petra and Mario, Clark, talking about threat modeling, lambdas and threat modeling as code, on the threat modeling concept. Threat modeling as code is super critical because that's really how you scale. That's really how you go to the next level where you start to codify your activities. And Mario, is coming back for the 9th session of ASVS user storage creation, which is super critical project, which has been going on for a while. I highly recommend you guys to see what's been created because it has a really great set of resources, a really great set of capabilities. And we finish the summit at 6 p.m. on Friday, where we actually have a whole number of awards that we want to give to a lot of members of the community. So if you're involved, please participate or come and support these great, champion, sidekicks, superheroes, and citizens that we have over the years at the Open Security Summit. So we really want to start, celebrating them and sharing the love, with the community that is really, keeping the summit an amazing event. So come and participate, share with your network. All sessions are free to participate. All sessions again will be on YouTube. And let's make this another great summit. See you on Monday.